Once upon a time, there was a little girl born in a small town who loved to read. And she got that love of reading from her mother. But it wasn't just her mother. In fact, the small town she was born in was full of researchers and academics. They all loved reading, a variety of subjects too. Math, science, language, philosophy. They took in whatever they could, but their favorite thing to read about was history. Everything they could get their hands on. But they had one teeny tiny problem: the United States government. You see, the U.S. government said, there's certain things in that history we just don't want you reading about. So the U.S. government started banning books. This one can't read. This one can't read. Throw them all away. And if we see you with them, you're going to jail. Well, this little small town full of researchers said, we need our hands on those history books. What should we do? So they came up with a plan. They said, if you find any of these banned books, bring them back to the town and we will lock them away in our secret library. And it worked. It had a whole collection of books, new ones, old ones from thousands of years ago. They had everything in this small secret library, and no one outside of the town knew a thing. Until one day, some visitors came. And those visitors said, hey, we're looking for a couple of these specific books. We got a tip that maybe they might be here. And the townspeople were overjoyed. They said, no one's asked us for these books. We've been wanting to share this knowledge with other people. Thank you so much. And they thought everything was okay. But what the townspeople didn't realize is that those visitors were not tourists. They were not special guests. It was the CIA. CIA agents got on the phone with the big U.S. government and said, hey, U.S. government, guess what? Them books that you were looking for, they're here in this small town. So you know how the U.S. government responded when they found out that all the books were hiding there? They blew up the town. Whole thing. But not just the town, they blew up all the people with it. And the only person who survived is that one little girl. Now, when you hear that story, does that sound political in any way, shape, or form? It has to be, right? The U.S. government eliminating its own citizens just to protect, or not even protect, just so people wouldn't know certain things, wouldn't read certain books. That has to be political, right? Unfortunately, some people think it's not. I don't know how. It has to be. But it turns out that little girl has a name. She's still alive today. And that little girl's name is Nico Robin. And you all lack media literacy. One Piece is political. Dumbass.